Hey, this is Daniel from Nothing More, and you are listening to ZanZanA.
Hi Dan, thank you for this interview.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks for all the support. We love being in France.
Okay, so Nothing More is you spent 10 years as independent, you know, 10 years without signing with a record company, and many bands would have split before that.
Yeah. A lot of things, just a big part of, I guess, what we believed in back then was just giving it our all for as long as it takes, and we constantly refined the band and refined ourselves and our songwriting. And, at the core of it, we love music, we love writing music, we love performing, and it never shook us, despite all the hard times, not having any money, not having someone behind us. It was just us, out there huffing and puffing. I don't know. It was an irreplaceable time. We wouldn't be where we are now without that decade in the trenches, learning our craft and just pursuing what we love.
Yeah, but it's a decade.
Yeah. No, it's good. Everything's good. I mean, hell, this is the coolest time of my life. Like, I can't believe I'm in, outside of Paris right now, playing in front of thousands of people. Like, it's wicked. Very cool.
You need to have very big faith in yourself.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It just, you have to believe in yourself, and even when things are hard, that's the core of it. Like, you don't give up. Just because it's not working in the moment doesn't mean you can't figure it out, and that's a big thing we like to tell people, because oftentimes people do something once and then quit and think it's not for them, but it's not true. Like, if it's in your heart and you think that you're supposed to do it, then, stick with it and you'll find it, and we always just poured back into ourselves, and we always uplifted each other, and it kept it together.
And even after signing with 11/7, I feel like you act still as an independent band.
Yeah, we do in a lot of ways. The label has been so cool because the self-titled record, we produced it ourselves, funded it with a Kickstarter campaign, and literally made it in the house that we all lived in together, renting from a friend of ours. And with, 11/7 bought that record off us and released it exactly how we did it. And then when it came to this new record, The Stories We Tell Ourselves, they believed in us enough to let us do the exact same thing again. And we're all just very hands-on with everything that we do. Like, I build all the metal contraptions on stage, like the scorpion tail, and we wrote the record together, and then when it came time to produce it, the other three guys are great producers and engineers. They kind of headed that up. I got to go in the garage by myself and build all that stuff, and it really is still kind of this awesome DIY project. So
after 10 years being independent and after signing, how a band react when he's got 3 nominees in Grammy Awards?
Yeah, that was mind-blowing. I don't know. That was a strange experience, because we were actually on a European tour. We had just played Poland, and we were heading to Czech Republic for the first time in our lives, and we got the call that morning, and it's been just kind of life-changing to be accepted into that world, to be recognized at such a high level, because we love what we do and we do take it seriously, but to get 3 Grammy nominations was the last thing on our mind, and it blew our minds. All of us, I think, like, cried that day, just out of disbelief. And we didn't win any, but it doesn't matter. Like, we still are a Grammy nominated artist, quote unquote. But I don't know. That was a real thing for us, and it really meant a lot to us.
You said it. To be recognized from that word, not your word.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Grammys are huge. Like, that's the biggest. We've won awards before, but the Grammys are the Grammys. It's the Hollywood aspect of rock and roll. So it's just different. We're sitting there watching the show, and there's mega stars there, like Lady Gaga and Jay-Z and people like that, and it's like, wow, wow, it's cool.
Maybe we can say that there were maybe you can say that they were life-changing before signing to with 11/7 and after.
I would say so. It allowed us to really get the right team together to do exactly what we want to do. Before, when everything's just up to you and it's on your own, it's hard. It's hard to tour. It's just hard to do it day in and day out. And now that we have all these people working with us, it just makes the show that much greater. And to just have a little bit of money to experiment and to do things the way we want to do it, it is very life-changing for a band like us. So it only makes things better.
Life-changing, okay, but what really changed in yourself?
You go kind of from the underdog mentality to feeling like you're there and you're a member of this community, and you can go from not only believing in yourself but having some sort of proof in your back pocket to have the confidence to step out, and write the songs that you want to write and do what you feel like you need to do, and it's awesome.
Maybe you were lucky because you had a record company that didn't want to change you.
We're very lucky in that way. Yeah, they when it came to writing the stories we tell ourselves, that was the first record we wrote while being signed, because the other record we already had written by ourselves. And yeah, they didn't want to change us. They were honest about some of the songs, and they pushed us to write a couple more when we thought we were done. But other than that, they've just been in our corner, and somehow we've avoided all the, I don't know, a lot of bands talk about how much they hate their label or they hate their management and something like that. And for us, it's like not that story at all. So it literally is like we're the same band we were, before we got signed. It's just everything is better. And every time we go and visit the people at 11/7, they're always stoked and to see us. And it really is like we're friends with them. And that's the coolest feeling, because we get to be out here. Everyone in the band is friends. We're super close with our crew. And it's, it's like a big summer camp where we get to go and blow minds every day at these huge concerts. So it's cool.
They don't ask you to record to write a hit.
No, I mean we try to. We try to make every song a hit, if you will, in its own way. And there was a point on this last record they didn't think the hit was there, and we told them it was "Go to War," which we had written, and they're like, "Nah, we want another song." So we wrote "Do You Really Want It?" and they're like, "No, that's not it either." So then we wrote. What was it? I can't remember I'm totally blanking out, but it's funny though, because we wrote these two great songs and then went back to the original, "Go to War" being the first single. So
the big single.
It was a big single, yeah. It's a very different song for us, and the fact that it, got a couple Grammy nominations was kind of mind-blowing.
The image of the band is very important, and that the fact of your singer looks like Jim Morrison is important.
I don't know how important it is, but it helps. Yeah. Johnny's definitely a good-looking guy, and it's funny, he plays without a shirt, and since I've known the guy, which is about 17 years at this point, he has never worn a shirt. Like, he's just that kind of guy. So who he is on stage is like who I am, or who he is as I've always known him, kind of thing, because we approach that, it's like, are people going to think you're a douchebag for taking your shirt off on stage? And it's like, well, he used to be our drummer, and drummers can play without shirts, like, it's hot, drummers can play in shorts too, and nobody cares. So we don't focus on image too heavily, but I think what we got is cool.
Don't focus on the image, but do you focus on your image on video clips?
Image on video clips? Yeah, for sure. When it comes to videos and things like that, like, we try to always have the idea come from within and then work with producers to make that a reality, you know. That's usually the best video, I think. So we're definitely hands-on with that as well. I mean, Jonny literally wrote and directed the Jenny video off the last record, so it's a big deal.
The video of Let's Go to War is very strong.
Yeah, that was fun. We had that idea for a long time, to do a slow motion bar fight kind of thing, and we didn't get to do it on the last record, so it worked out perfectly for Go to War.
Something very important in your band is that you make music like it's very, very strong, but there's a lot of melody.
Yeah. I mean, everything's about the song. You know, we're all players and like to play as fast as we can, you know, but that's not the point, and we know it. Like, we just want the best song possible, and the best songs like have great melodies, they have great lyrics, they're captivating from start to finish. You know, you can sing guitar parts, you can sing the chorus, you can sing the verse, like you can even sing the drums, and that's kind of what we focus on.
And the voice is an instrument, you know, because some singers have only one voice. Mm-hmm. But Jonny, your singer is Jonny.
Yeah.
Jonny has multiple voices.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Excuse me, like in song like Don't Stop. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. He, like I said, he started out on drums. Like, he wasn't our original singer, and I think that kind of played to his strength, that when we decided he was going to be the singer, he kind of started from ground zero, and we all kind of started thinking about it with him. And, you know, we're into bands kind of more like cinematic or theatrical bands like My Chemical Romance, you know, The Used, or Fair to Midland, bands like that where, yeah, you should see a guy on stage. I don't know, you should see something in the voice. You know, there are different characters. Like, it's kind of like a play, and he pursued that, and it's worked out incredibly well. Like, I think it's helped him a lot. You know, there are guys that just naturally from birth have an insanely powerful voice, but because he pursued drumming first, he kind of had a more creative outlook when it came time to sing.
What's happening with Texas? You're from Texas, I think, you know?
What's happening with what?
You're from Texas.
From Texas, yeah.
What's happening in Texas? Because there's a lot of bands that's coming out from there now.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, everything kind of rises and falls, and when we got in the game, you know, in 2005, there were all these great bands, and then they all dried up, and then now there's kind of this resurgence happening. I don't know. There's a lot of big cities in Texas, and I think that's all it takes. You know, if you have enough people in a spot, you know, the artists will find other artists, and eventually something will happen, and, you know, hopefully it explodes for them. So we're proud of the state, and you know, love being home, and it's cool.
When you're in a festival like this, and there's lots of bands playing, do you take time to go to see, to listen?
We try to, as much as we can. You know, there are bands that we love, like today Thrice is playing, you know, Meshuggah. Like, we're all big fans of those guys. Avatar as well. Crossfaith, bands like that. We do as much as we can, you know. I think I'm missing some bands I want to see right now doing this interview, but the interview's worth it. But yeah, festivals are really neat in that way, for bands and for just people attending it, because it's a collection of just so many great artists that you'll never see a lineup like this ever, you know. And for us, like, there are bands that we know from the past, so it's kind of like a high school reunion kind of feeling backstage.
So, and now?
You know, we're touring our ass off. We're in Europe right now, obviously, doing the festival thing, playing some shows with Stone Sour, some headline stuff. We should be coming back over to this part of the world either in November or January of next year. When we get back home, we have like 10 days off, and then we hit the road with Five Finger Death Punch and Breaking Benjamin. We've all, you know, we're not working on the next record yet, but we're all kind of compiling ideas on our own. We really haven't stood still since we released it, so at some point, well, once it finally kind of starts waning on the touring end, we will, put all the gear back together in the house and start jamming and working on the next record. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Last question. We are from. Do you know Tunisia?
Say it again.
Tunisia.
Tunisia. Never been. Where is that?
Tell me, where is that?
I don't know.
North Africa.
North Africa. I would love to go to Tunisia. Yeah. My mom actually spent a little time in Morocco when she was a kid, and seems cool. At some point we'll make it there. It just takes time.
Thank you very much, because I'm from Tunisia.
Awesome. Very cool.
ZanZanA, l'émission métal.